Hi, I'm Claire from Basel, and today I'm so pleased and thrilled to see Ann, the president of GeothermEx, which is part of SLB, today at the conference. And we are so honored to have you at the conference to share a lot of influential insights and perspective to the market. Yeah, how's your day?
So far, so good. And I'll just say that what is a big highlight for me today was to hear what the governments, the National Power Company, and CPC Taiwan are doing to promote geothermal here in Taiwan. And it's really great. So that's, I think, the big takeaway for me. Do you have another question?
Yeah, so when you heard today the government's announcement for the very ambitious goal, 6 gigawatt in 2050, yeah, what's your next thought? How could we achieve that?
Well, my thought is that it's going to take some time, but if we can accelerate the timeline, all the better for all of us and all the better for Taiwan. Because, we're losing, I think, momentum in the energy transition, and geothermal's part is just coming up and being recognized as being really important as a clean baseload technology. Hence, baseload capital took its name from that, which I thought was great. But there are certain things that I feel would be the most effective in Taiwan. And one is to remember that there's a history of geothermal development and that people have made lots of mistakes over the years, but we know what those mistakes are and we learned from those mistakes. Now, personally, I've been in geothermal almost 40 years now, so it's a long time. And you see things change and you see when people do things right, and you unfortunately see sometimes when they do it wrong. So I would say don't, repeat, you know, the mistakes of the past. So get yourself someone, maybe it's GeothermEx, maybe it's another company, but get yourself someone who really has experienced what happens in geothermal projects. And I think that's one of the most important things. But as far as incentives go, we see in Taiwan there's excellent feed-in tariff for the power. It's somewhere between, say, 16 and 20 US cents per kilowatt hour, which is a very attractive rate for geothermal. In fact, we don't get that in the United States, just to let you know. But that incentive, it provides a reason to developers to take risk, but they shouldn't take too much risk. And especially now when we have to really go fast in the energy transition. And that was one of the things that was said today, too. The deputy or the vice minister, I think, of the Ministry of Energy and, sorry, MOEA, Minister of Energy, and I forgot what the A is. Economy, that's right. Okay, and economy. This minister, um, he he basically said we have to go fast, and we will do this. But now we need to have specific incentives in place. And the one that I really like, and there's a reason I like it, is because it's very effective at accelerating the pace of development, is cost share drilling. This comes from usually from governments, but it's a way to explore, drill your first very deep, full diameter wells and share the risk of that with the government. And this has happened in many countries, but is particularly USA and Japan. It's been very successful. And these are countries that have been doing geothermal for decades. So as long as GeothermEx has been in business. So that kind of drilling can really help. But there are other things that can be done too. And, there's things like tax credits that we have in the US, but all of these depend on policy. So, my message to the people of Taiwan is to create the policy that enables the right incentives to be given, more than a feed in tariff. It has to be something technical, and that's why I go for cost share drilling of the first deep exploratory wells. You might be doing some shallow wells, like those are being done by the Geologic Survey, drilling from, say, 500 to 800 meters. But what I'm talking about is when you drill a full diameter deep well for the first time, which is a huge hurdle in every geothermal project to get that first successful deep well. You know so much more as soon as you get that, and you're on your way to a good project. So that's my suggestion.
Thank you. We are very appreciate that you share those very important lessons learned from the whole global practice.
Yeah,
So,
it's been a good ride,
yeah.
and we've learned something along the way.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you, Bernard,
you.
too, today.